So that student, he's saying, the riwayat, they say that you have to have a strong relationship with the Imam, so much so that table salt, which is the basic item which is available at a very low cost in every house, says that even for that table salt, you ask the Imam to give it to you. Wants to say that you have a strong connection with the Imam, no matter what you want, even if it's that table salt, ask the Imam for that for you. Or even for your shoelaces, for those shoelaces also ask the Imam. He says that the student, he was in need, and in those days it was tough. The Shahriya wasn't given, he was short of funds. And then he starts listing a grocery list, that how much oil I want, how much of salt I need, rice and everything, whatever, onions, potatoes. He was just starting listing it on that list. And the last item that he was writing on that list, there's someone knocking at the door with a grocery bag in his hands. And then he gives that, delivers it to that student. Now the person who brought this is Marhum Ajabay Fakhr. It is that same person who has served his mother, as a result of which Imam is pleased with his performance. So personalities who serve the Imam, they are amazing. It's not as such they've got a name tag, they've got a badge on their chests and they work in that way. No. Amazing personalities, services also provided by them are amazing, and they are all ordinary people. Many of them cobblers, tailors, shoemakers, or cleaners, maintenance, etc., etc. All these are people. And that is why we find these riwayat, they say that never underestimate three things. One of them, never underestimate a person, an individual, because that individual may be waliullah. Awliyaullah, they never go on promoting themselves as a waliullah. They are sincere servants of Allah. Never underestimate an act which is mustahab, because that mustahab act may be that riza, the pleasure of Allah, is hidden in it, and that would result in the mercy of Allah being attracted. Or never underestimate an act which is makruh, because that act which is makruh, that might attract the wrath, the ghadab of Allah wa ta'ala. So these three things, the riwayat, they say that you have to be smart not to go towards them. An example, there's a book called Manazil al-Akhirah, written by Marhum Qummi. Over there he reports an incident, and it's amazing. That, I believe it's Marhum Majlisi or Naraqi, one of these two, they say that the Ustad and the student, they have, both of them are great personalities of high caliber. They have an arrangement with each other, that whoever dies first should come and inform the other among all the performance, the a'mal which he had done throughout his life, which one of them was accepted. Now both of them good students, both of them good teachers, both of them good in ziyarat, in mustahabbat, in prayers, in jama'at, whatever you think of, name it, they are the top notch, the best. And then it so happens that the teacher, the ustad, he passes away, and he comes and gives the message after a few days to the student, that which one of the a'mal that you did throughout your lifetime have been accepted as the best. He says, as the best, once I was coming from the ziyarat of Amirul Mu'mineen in Najaf at night, it was past midnight, dark, raining heavily, and there wasn't anyone in the streets, dark as well. And there was this puppy who was just being born, and the mother also wasn't there. And this little puppy was in the rain. And I just held that little puppy and brought him home and kept him by the firewood until the morning, so that in the morning I'll just open the door and the mother will come and find this baby, this puppy. And then he says, Allah accepted that act of mine as the best. And the reason for that was there wasn't any riya in it, there wasn't any show off in that. No one saw him do that mustahab act. A dog which is najis, wet, again even more najis, he brings him in his house, places it, and places that puppy by the firewood, takes care of that till the morning and then leaves him out to find his mother. Says Allah, He accepted that act as the best. So never underestimate any of these a'mal, because in which of these a'mal the rida and the pleasure of Allah is hidden, we don't know. So we have to try and do something that we also try and attract the mercy of Allah Ta'ala. And again, if you look into the sayings that we have of the Imam to his associates, they are amazing. For example, to Shaykh Mufid, Imam, he writes a letter saying that لِلْأَخِ السَّدِيدِ وَالْوَلِيِّ الرَّشِيدِ الشَّيْخ الْمُفِيدِ. Imam, the Imam of time. He writes to someone who has served him by that book, saying that to my brother, the strong support, Shaykh al-Mufid. This is how Imam addresses. Or elsewhere, you find riwayat where Ma'sumin, they say that Imam, he is the kindest, the most kind. فَإِنَّا غَيْرُ مُهْمِلِينَ لِمُرَاعَاتِكُمْ وَلَا نَاسِينَ لِذِكْرِكُمْ وَلَوْلَا ذَلِكَ لَنَزَلَ بِكُمُ الْبَلَاءُ. Says that we never forget you. We always remember you. Imam says that. We always remember you. We pray for you. Elsewhere, Amirul Mu'mineen, he says that if you are hurt, we pray for you. When you fell ill, we also fell ill. When you say you have your du'as, we say Ameen for you. There is that strong connection from Ma'asumeen with the creation, with us. So the Imam also is the same. So we who have an Imam who is so kind, who is so good, who is so benevolent with us, it is being disgraceful that we don't relate to him, we don't connect to him, we don't have a bond with him, we don't have a connection with him. We have to have that bond. Now again, if you look into the reason why Imam went into hiding, into ghaibat, or for example, why the arrival of the Imam is being delayed so much, why is that? That also turns back to ourselves. When we have said that we have to increase the level of ma'rifah, it means that by that ma'rifah which is increased, or that awareness which is increased with the Imam, the reciprocal or the effect of that ma'rifah is that we love him, we start loving him. If we have that faintest ma'rifah, that is, we know who the Imam is, the more we know who that Imam is, the more his attributes, his kamal, his jamal, then the more a person would start loving him, loving the Imam. And that is what is asked from us. Just not knowing that we shouldn't be as such that we know the 12th Imam, he is the son of Imam Askari, the grandson of Rasulullah. All those are the basic IDs that are present. That is good, and we have to know that. But we have to increase the level of ma'rifah, that who this Imam is. Why is he in hiding? Why is he in ghaibat? Why is this ghaibat being delayed so much? Why is he not arriving? Now all these are questions we have to ask ourselves, we have to get answers for them, and that way we find that that ma'rifah increases, and when that ma'rifah increases, love also increases with the Imam. Now why did the Imam go into ghaibat? Again, if we may not be at fault. It's the ancestors of ours. They did something as a result of which Imam was taken away from us. Now that Imam is not arriving, he's not returning to us, we are at fault. That there are not those number of people who can be there, who can serve the Imam, as a result of which Allah has imposed that ghaibat on him, and as a result of that he won't be able to come. So that imposition of ghaibat on the Imam, it's due to us. Him not arriving, not returning, again that is due to us. So if we look into these issues in that aspect, that would be a better way, that we correct ourselves what the shortcomings are in our life, livelihood. As a result of that, we would be better people, and when better people are increased in this world, only then will the Imam come. Quran says that if there are sufficient number of people on this earth, only then can Imam come. It was mentioned that we have to never underestimate people, because those people also might be awliya Allah. And there is another hadith